And we back, y'all. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Watch Your Mouth Reviews. This is your boy James, where I'm here to give my honest review while trying to watch my mouth. We'll see. We'll see, you guys. Lots going on, lots going on. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to both channels. Joining me as always is my girl, Mrs. Besh. I'll say what's up to her.
Good evening.
Yes, make sure you like the video, subscribe to her channel. Her information is here, as well as my description box. Any reviews or recaps that I do not do on my channel, 9 out of 10 we cover on her channel, such as Love and Hip Hop, Basketball Wives with this back on, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and coming up Monday, we will be premiering Queen's Court on Mrs. Best's channel. So make sure you subscribe, because y'all not going to want to miss this. That cast is stellar, and I know we're going to have a lot of opinions. So please join us on that for the premiere episode Monday on Mrs. Best's channel. And then on my channel coming up, you guys know that I have Real Housewives of Potomac coming back Sunday. So Monday will be live on my channel for the premiere episode. And then also, while I'm speaking of that, I also need to announce that I also have Belle Collective coming back November 1st. Officially, there's a date has been set. From what I understand, they have added Selena, JJ's ex-wife, to the cast as well. So she will be back. So I guess Sophia, now she wants to be known as Sophia. She is so Gucci to everybody else. So she now wants to be known as Sophia. She also will be doing a confrontation with her. I can't wait to see that. From what I saw of the trailer, it looks like it's going to be okay. You know, this is one of my highest watch reactions on my channel is Belle Collective. Y'all love it, and I enjoyed the show as well. So I'm excited for them to come back. Mrs. Best, are you excited for them to come back as well?
Yeah, I actually like the Bells and feel like OWN should promo them more. But it seems like OWN doesn't promo shows that have potential. And I think if they had a little more TLC, the show could really become something. And I'm glad to see Selena is here. Sophia Shantae. That's what you get. That's just what you get.
I'm laughing because I'm just thinking of like that fight and how a lot of people were so divided on who started the fight and who, not seeing so Gucci was turned and had an attitude when she walked in. So I can't wait to see that get addressed. I'm really excited. I'm hoping that for Letitia's sake, we actually see her in her home versus the Enterprise that she got ready for an event at.
Based on that pantsuit in this photo, we will not.
Well, that's wishful thinking, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but I'm hoping we don't see Marie drive the utility van. I'm hoping we see her in her actual car since she's opening up, even more businesses and stuff.
Come on out, Marie. It's safe.
Y'all really, yes, I agree. I do believe that too. But you never know. You just never know what's going on with these ladies. But I'm excited. I'll be tuning in November 1st. I will keep you guys updated on when we decide to really recap it. This may happen on like a Saturday because I believe they premiere on a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see what happens. But Belle Collective is coming back, and I'm extremely excited about that. We hope it lives to its last expectation. But one of the things I wanted to talk about in this updates video is that we do recap Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. We do that on Mrs. Best's channel. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. So when I learned that Kim Richards recently had a relapse and she's actually on a psych hold, I was like, oh, wow, that breaks my heart because if y'all don't know, Kim is one of my favorite housewives. She was the only reason why I really watched the show because you guys know I always talk about it. If you go to Mrs. Best channel, watch our Beverly Hills recap. Anytime she's mentioned, I always mention the back of that limo scene where where Kyle was just vicious and we were watching her break down, and I was pissed at that. I didn't see it for Kyle after that. Like, and I still don't see it for her. I still don't. But that scene always comes up every time I think of Kim. So when I read TMZ's headline, Kim Richards' confrontation with Kyle after psych hold, family worried about sobriety, learning that she's relapsed and learning that, things are going on, and that a situation with Kyle, I can't help but think of that limo scene. I can't help but think of that. Like I just can't help but think that's how she probably was confronted. But it says Kim Richards has been shut down by her entire family. TMZ has learned, but it's a case of tough love because we're told that she has fallen off the wagon and was placed on a psychiatric hold earlier this month, and but the hasn't ended the drama. Law enforcement tells TMZ they showed up at a home Kyle owns in LA area Wednesday night after a neighbor called them in hopes of getting Kim removed from the house. Apparently, neighbors were concerned about Kim's behavior in the past. He has a good neighbor in LA actually has time to do this. We're told that Kyle let Kim live in the house, but she moved out a while back. But Wednesday, Kim showed up again. Law enforcement says Kyle told them she did not want Kim in the house because the family cut off contact in hopes that it would shake Kim up and get her sober again. We're told that cops explained to Kyle it is a civil matter and she would have to file an eviction action. Kim remains in the house. I'm gonna stop sharing for a minute, y'all. I get showing a family member tough love. I do. But when we see that this family has broadcasted all of their family business on national TV, and we've seen one sister be completely nasty for years to her sister, and then played the victim with her in the last few seasons with her on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it's hard for me to really feel like that's a constructive way to handle this. It's hard for me to believe that. So, Mrs. Best, I want to turn the floor over to you because you actually work in this field. Do you feel that the family, based on the history, is doing the right thing, or do you feel that they're being too harsh?
I think that that it's a tough balance because we don't fully know what's going on. In my opinion, they always take this approach of being extra harsh. I actually think some healthy distance between her and the family would be good. Sometimes tough love means cutting off communication until she decides to do the right thing. Uh, and that applies to her kids as well. Uh, I just feel the family needs to hire a professional or something and not just yell at her. All you're going to do is trigger her, stress her, make her want to drink or make her feel angry, put her into a state that she doesn't need. I think her family is also a large part of the reason why she struggles with her sobriety. So I definitely think at this point, healthy distance is necessary.
I think it's necessary, but at the same time, I feel like, and I tell you all the time, I always go back to that limo scene. I do. That limo scene for me tells me all that I need to know. That this probably has been going on for years, and there's probably a nice, nasty way that they have all approached her, and it doesn't help. So I feel like, yeah, I do agree with that. My prayer is that Kim comes out of this very strong, and I'm praying that she doesn't go back on TV. I don't want this on the show. I hope that they stop filming and that production on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills did not catch this because they love to open up the cameras back after they're done filming for Kyle and her bullshit. So I hope and pray that this does not make it on the show because I don't want them to exploit her anymore. I feel like y'all have done this enough, and y'all need to let her, whatever piece that she needs, y'all need to let her have it. And even if that is putting her in rehab after rehab after rehab, y'all should do what it takes because at the end of the day, she has suffered enough mentally, I am sure. I
She
think her,
probably has developed like some sort of substance use disorder from using so much. I think Kim needs one of those like sober living places or a sober living buddy. It seems like when she's alone and her grandkids are probably at the age where their parents with work and everything are busy. It seems like when Kim gets alone from what we've seen on TV, that's when she starts to go back to her old ways. So She probably needs a little sober living buddy. And Kathy Hilton got all the money in the world and plan to love her to death. If somebody don't write the check so that she could get some assistance.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all can, have people committed. Like, y'all are her only living relatives. Y'all can sign waivers to get her committed if you feel like she's a harm to herself. Like, I don't understand. I'm sure there are signs that she's giving y'all that says, okay, she may be a danger to herself and, maybe society. Maybe we should, have her evaluated to make sure she's not, if y'all really did care. Because, like you said, Kathy Hilton got all the money in the world. Kyle has all the money in the world. And you mean to tell me y'all are like just and I think, and I know a lot of people say, well, that's not their responsibility. It's not their responsibility. It wasn't Kyle's responsibility to put her business out on the TV show that they were both on and exposing her and being nasty in the back of that limo. It was then Kyle's responsibility in a fight with another one of the messiest ass women on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to not have her sisters back when they were questioning her sobriety then. So y'all can miss me with that. It's none of their business. They sure know how to inject themselves to expose her. So I don't see what the bit would be the problem of helping her. But I move differently, y'all. I do. I move differently. It couldn't be one of my siblings because if I didn't know you to be like this, then you're not going to remain like this. That's how I'm gonna say it. So we hope and we, as I said, Kim has all love on my channel. She's one of my favorite housewives when she was a housewife. She was honest, authentic. She was real. She put everything out there on the table, and I could respect that. Even if her sister did take advantage of that to some extent, I still respect it nonetheless. So we're praying for Kim. We're hoping she comes out of this strong. And that's all I'm going to say. Mrs. Bester, anything you want to add to that?
Nope. These
Okay.
people need therapy.
Yes, Kim, we praying for you, love. We hope you come back better and stronger on the other side. We really do hope well for you, and we pray for the family, even the sisters that are, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Yeah, I'm gonna go off camera for a little bit because I see I'm lagging a little bit. But the last thing I want to talk about is Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I can't prove this. I can't say that it is happening, but someone pointed out on another recapper on YouTube, pointed out something that was very, very, very interesting about Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha Williams and Shamea Morton. So what they're saying is these two may be beefing. And the reason why they say that is that these two are very active with each other on social media. And they've noticed lately that these two have not been active on social media, whether if that's a comment on each other's posts. We noticed that Portia recently had something like, I don't know if it was a birthday party or if it was something for her daughter. We noticed that Shamea's daughter wasn't present, which was weird because they have always shown up together. We know that when Yandy had her Nordstrom's event, they both were there, but they showed up separately. And from what I understood, allegedly, that these two didn't speak to each other. We know that New York Fashion Week happened. They both were there at different places. Now, one would think they're on the same show with each other. So if they got a booking, why wouldn't they get a booking together? So something's brewing. I can't really say that they're beefing, which is why I said beefing or not. But it is weird to see these two besties that are so active with each other not be so active on platforms that they would, in fact, be active if they were still together as friends. So, Mrs. Best, going based on what I just said, do you think it's possible that these two may be beefing?
Yeah, they've known each other their whole lives. And Shamea and Porsha, those who know their relationship, knows that they have beefed before. They'll probably beef again. And it's best to just not interact with each other in social media versus publicly destroying each other every moment that you get upset.
Hmm. Yeah, and the beef before, if you guys do not recall, the beef before was Phaedra Parks on season 8 of Real Housewives of Atlanta had alleged that Shamea was invited into the bedroom of Candy Burris and Todd Tucker, and it was in front of Porsha, and Porsha didn't defend her best friend at that time. So the two, once Shamea got wind of it, the two kind of drifted apart because other things started happening, but that was the start. They since have made amends the next season and became close again and seem to be inseparable. Now we know that Phaedra is back on Real Housewives of Atlanta as a full-time housewife for the last half of the season. I don't think that Phaedra did it this time because I've seen posts that Phaedra has, especially with Dancing with the Stars. I know that Shamea has retweeted her and also did share support of Phaedra because Phaedra is currently on Dancing with the Stars. So I can't place this on Phaedra. So I'm wondering before we get into the season that I don't know when to come on because Real Housewives of Potomac has left and came back twice now without Real Housewives of Atlanta coming back. So I don't know what to believe, but if I had to give y'all a logical guess, and this is me being logical, I feel like the fallout between Portia and Shamia, if this is true and this is allegedly, I feel like the fallout has to do with Drew Sidora. And the reason why I say that is because we know that Drew Sidora and Shamia have been beefing a lot, and it's come to social media. And I noticed that there was a post that Drew had did not that long ago where it was supporting Go Naked Hair with Portia. Now, one can say, well, I can support your business and not be friends with you. Absolutely, you can, especially if the quality of the texture of your business is actually substantial. Absolutely, you can. But I feel like that could be the reason. And I'm just giving my logical guess as somebody who reviews Real Housewives of Atlanta and kind of knows how these things go. But the craziest thing about it, the reason why this can also be a non situation is because they still follow each other on social media. And y'all know Portia, when she fall out with somebody, the first thing she do is unfriend them and block them, usually some of the time. Not all the time, but usually some of the time she does. So I don't know what to think of this, but this is getting heavier as I think they're still filming Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think. I don't know. Last I checked, they still were. But they could be. But I don't know. Mrs. Best, what do you think of this? Like,
This is why they just need to just take indefinite break from Atlanta and create new cast and take your time on it. But you're probably right. It probably does have something to do with Drew.
that's just my suspicion. Like, I can't say. We'll see if YouTube allows me to catch this video because they'll flag it if some shit that may be true. But then I don't know. Bravo's kind of weird. They're like they love fan conspiracy theories, so they might just keep. I don't know. Something about these two is just weird on social media. Like it just has been. They have not been posting with each other in a while, and I always see because I follow both Porsha and Shamea, and they both are very active when it comes to posts on there. They're always commenting. They're always talking about they love each other, and I'm not seeing any of that. I have noticed. I haven't seen them being around each other in a while. I have noticed that too. So I'm hoping, because I hate to see longtime friendships, y'all. I hate to see longtime friendships end. I do. Even because, like me and Mrs. Best said, like when it comes to this entertainment situation, this is only for entertainment. There's nothing that's gonna come between me and Mrs. Best. Especially not on no YouTube thing. I will quit YouTube before I allow anything to come between me and my best friend.
Tell the truth. Shame the devil.
I'm trying to tell you, because there's nothing. I don't care what anyone says. I will stop this channel at this moment if anything comes between she and I on YouTube, whether it's a person, a comment, anything like that. Sorry, there's certain friends
because they've known each other just about as long as we've known each other.
Right.
So you would think that they share that same philosophy of not letting stuff come in between them. So it does make me if there is a falling out or whatever that's going on, what could it have been?
I'm sure we'll see it on the show. And to me, I feel like if it was over a person, shame on them. Because there's nobody that I know, and we have people that we know, like mutually. And there's not one of those people, No matter how close I am with them or how close you are with them, there's not one of those people that I feel like I would say, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna take a step back from you because I don't like how you move with such and such. It couldn't happen.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't feel I just don't. Like even if we had a even if it was on reality TV, y'all, it wouldn't happen. It just would not happen. Because I value this friendship. If life was
Portia be acting funny towards people though. So I'm wondering if that's a piece of it. But then Shamea, I don't know. But
I
we
don't know, I
won't know
see
until 2029 at this fucking point. They taking forever to get this season to us.
right, they really are. And I'm like, if y'all don't hurry up, because I'm not gonna get and now when the shit premiere, I'm not even gonna be interested anymore because I'm like, we don't care. A lot has happened off of social media. We know that Shamea and Drew were beefing, and they made it very public. We know Portia is in and out of court with this, case with her husband. We know that it was, the whole Kenya situation. It was kind of like they were letting a lot of things, and I get that that's a new strategy now to let things happen on social media to see if people are right or wrong with their conspiracy theories. I get that. But then at the same time, for those of us who actually use deductive reasoning, that doesn't always work with us because then we see a situation for what it is and we lose interest and not care. So I don't know. I don't know what Bravo's strategy is with letting all this stuff seep. Even though they didn't let this seep, this is just an astute observation based on I follow both of them and noticed quite frequently, and it wasn't until someone else said it too that made me feel like what I was feeling was right. That there's something not right based on their behavior. Now I'm only going based on behaviors of how they act on social media. They're very much in tune with each other. So the fact that that has suddenly stopped, and I'm noticing suddenly as I follow them that this is happening, my concern is okay, did y'all fall out over this show again? Please don't let that be the case because I actually enjoy their friendship. I do. I enjoy a lot of TV friendships, but this was one I did enjoy just because they seem to be the life of the party. And I love people like that because I never was a party person. So I love to see people who are life of the parties. So we'll see what happens if Real Housewives of Atlanta ever premieres, y'all. They said January 2025. I think they extended the date, and so we're gonna get it somewhere in 2025. My hope is that I'm still engaged in 2025 to see it. Just saying.
That's a
I
long
like
time.
right. I should y'all never know. I might leave the reality TV reviews and just go straight to movies. We don't know. We'll just see what happens. But that was pretty much it, y'all. I just want to touch on those few topics. Just announce that Belle Collective is coming back November 1st. And yes, I will be recapping on my channel. Queen's Court will be on Mrs. Best channel. That will be the very first premiere on her channel of that show. We're really excited about watching it and giving our opinions on it. Prayers up to Kim Richards, with this whole situation. We hope that she comes back on the other side because I do love Kim Richards. She was my favorite on Beverly Hills. And I'm just hoping that she, comes out of this strong. As far as Porsha and Shamea goes, I really hope y'all get it together. I'm hoping that y'all are not beefing and that this is just for TV, that y'all can't just talk about certain things or maybe certain relationships. But I'm just praying that that's what it is. Based on the history and based on Porsha's movement at times, I feel like, oof, it might be beefing. Who knows? But that's it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to both channels. We are hoping and praying, these things continue on. The next recap on my channel, because I don't have the Braxtons, will be Love and Marriage Detroit on Sunday. So my next review will be Love and Marriage Detroit Sunday, and then premiere of Real Housewives Potomac on Monday, as long as well on Mrs. Best channel, the premiere of Queen's Court. Did I cover everything, Mrs. Best? I don't know.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you like the channel and you like what you see. We do this every week, y'all. So I will see you guys on my next recap. Bye-bye.